The mail call was the loudest moment of every day. Private Robert Bobby Jenkins stood at the back of the crowd, his hands shoved deep in his pockets, watching the other men grab their letters with greedy hands. They tore them open right there, reading as they walked, some smiling, some wiping their eyes. Bobby hadn't gotten a letter in 4 months. Not that he was counting. "Jenkins!" The sergeant's voice cut through the noise. "Nothing today either." Bobby nodded, forcing a smile. "Thanks, Sarge." He walked away before anyone could see his face. He found his usual spot of fallen log at the edge of the camp, away from the tents and the noise and the happy men with their letters from home. He knew why the letters stopped. His mother couldn't write anymore. The cancer had taken her 6 months ago, fast and cruel. His father, well, his father had never been much for writing. Even before, it was always Mom's handwriting on the envelope, Mom's news about the neighbors, Mom's careful, "We love you, Bobby," at the end. The last letter he got said she was tired, just tired. She'd see the doctor next week. Don't worry. She was gone before that letter even reached him. "Mind if I sit?" Bobby looked up to see Lieutenant Harris, his company commander, standing there with 2 cups of coffee. The lieutenant was old 35 at least, with gray in his hair and a quiet way about him. "Sir," Bobby said, starting to stand. "At ease, Private." "Stay put." Harris sat on the log beside him, handing over a cup. "Figured you could use this." Bobby took it. "Thank you, sir." They sat in silence for a while, watching the sun sink below the tree line. The camp sounds faded behind them, laughter, dishes clattering, someone tuning a guitar. "Lost my wife 2 years ago," Harris said quietly. "Before the war. Car accident." Bobby looked at him, surprised. Harris stared at the horizon. "I know what you're thinking. How does he keep going? How does he lead men, fight a war, do any of it?" He took a slow sip of coffee. "Truth is, some days I don't know. But I'll tell you what I figured out." Bobby waited. "The letters stopped for me too," Harris continued. "For a while, I kept waiting for them to start again. Kept checking the mail like she might write from somewhere I couldn't find her." His voice cracked, just slightly. "But then I realized she already gave me everything she had. All the love, all the memories, all the reasons to keep going. That wasn't in letters. That was in me." Bobby's eyes burned, but he didn't look away. "You got that too," Harris said, "from your mom. From wherever you came from. That doesn't stop coming. That's already here." He tapped Bobby's chest right over his heart. "Mail call's just paper. What you carry inside, that's the real thing." He stood up, draining his coffee. "Drink that coffee, Private. Get some sleep. Tomorrow's another day." Bobby watched him walk away, then looked down at the cup in his hands. He thought about his mother's last letter. Don't worry, she'd written that for him. She'd spent her last strength telling him not to worry. He reached into his pocket and pulled out the worn, folded paper, the last letter, read so many times it was falling apart. He didn't need to open it. He knew every word by heart. But he opened it anyway, just to see her handwriting. Then he folded it carefully, tucked it back in his pocket, and finished his coffee. The next mail call, he stood at the front of the crowd. "Jenkins!" the sergeant shouted. "Something here for you." Bobby took the envelope. Different handwriting. His father's. He opened it right there, reading as he walked. "Son, I'm not good with words. Your mom was the one for that. But I've been thinking about you every day. The farm is quiet without her. Without you, too. I got your letters, all of them. I read them twice. I just didn't know what to say back. But I'm saying it now. Come home, Bobby. The door's open. Always has been. Love, Dad." Bobby stopped walking. He read it again. Then a third time. He smiled a real smile, the first in months. The letters hadn't stopped after all. They'd just been waiting for the right one to come.